everybody. Good afternoon to you. How are you? So, I got a lot of catching up to do today because I'm a little bit behind with all the reacts that I need to do. So, I just posted a react to Sunburst Tarot's video about the girls and magic and rituals and spells that they've been doing. And now it's time to move on to Foodie because she did a live stream called "Twas the Night Before Ramadan," and I looked at it, and considering how I blew up the other day, I thought it would be best to leave it alone until today because I'm just going to let you know there are many parts of this that after watching, after listening, I already know I'm going to get mad. There are many things that she said that got me mad. Let's see. She was talking about Beck, going after Beck, although Beck has never had any dealings with Foodie Beauty. Beck has only had dealings with Amberlyn Reed. So why Foodie has a bone up her nose for Beck, I don't know. Except maybe the reason why Foodie has a bone up her nose about Beck is because Beck is a real victim. And really awful things happened to Beck. Beck is a real victim compared to Foodie, who, in my opinion, is a fake, phony victim. And there are many reasons why I feel that way. Beck has been doing videos talking about the things that have happened to them, different things, a choosy game, being told to wipe Amber's butt, among other things. Amber taking Beck's money, $5,000 worth. I mean, different details have been filtering through. And Chantal is on the side of Amber, defending Amber because, you know, if you're a predator and if you're an abuser, you're not going to go after one of your own. You're going to defend one of your own. And she's not going to go after Amber because she and Amber are very much alike. So when you are an abusive person, if you are an abuser, of course you're going to go after the victims, especially if the victims want to speak up and tell their truth. So going after Beck, discrediting Beck, also talking about the time that she was with Natter, claiming that she was punched out. And let me just tell you, that never happened. I know for a fact it never happened because I was there during Crackhead Olympics and I never once saw Foodie with a black eye or a bruise on her face. What I did see were bruises on her chest, you know, near her boob area and on her arms. But those bruises, Foodie wasn't ashamed of. She actually showed them off with a camera and said that they were due to rough, intimate play, consensual play. But never once did I see Foodie with a black eye or a bruised face. Not once. Never once. Foodie's very pale. She got very pale skin. She bruises easy. So if somebody struck her in the face, it would have shown up immediately and it would have been noticeable, filters or not. So she was going on about Natter and, you know, like my abuse was worse and what happened to Beck wasn't abuse. And as you can imagine, I've got things to say about that. I really, really do. And that is why I'm waiting until now to do this react so I can keep my calm about me, so I won't scream, so I won't burst a blood vessel. But this is going to be a lot to go through. There's going to be a lot to go through. So, yeah, I'm just giving you guys a preview of how awful Foodie decided to be the night before Ramadan. And just so you guys know, we're starting about 35 minutes in because we're cutting out the stuff that really doesn't matter. But before we get into that, though, how about we do this? How about we get into the Twitter peeps, because there's stuff on Twitter. I like to keep you guys abreast of all the things on Twitter. So let's move on to the Twitter peeps, y'all. Okay, it's time for the Twitter peeps. Let me just make sure I am where I need to be. Okay. All right. Now we can switch on over. Okay, so for those of you that are on Twitter, that you would like to follow me on Twitter, there's my handle, Wild Girl Sarah. So let's start here with a post courtesy of Chin E Pondu. Chin E says, Foodie Beauty can't afford Canada. Ash Renee says, quote, who cares if I can't afford Canada? Then less a minute later, quote, who can afford Canada? Everybody's leaving. I mean, who won citizenship? As Chantal? Yeah, I remember the stream she did long ago at the Canadian Villa. She titled the stream, Who Won Citizenship? She put that in the title, Who Won Citizenship? She wanted to be in a relationship. And so in order to lure a man close to her, she put in the title, Who Won Citizenship? I'm offering up citizenship. If you want citizenship, contact me. Really dirty and disgusting behavior. And unfortunately, y'all, I cannot play the clip that you guys see playing right now because Foodie is using very bad words. She is going off, and it's too early in my react right now. If I play the clip, YouTube is going to spank me on the bottom and send me to my room. We're going to have to wait until I actually react to the video. Perfectly Imperfect says Foodie Beauty is raging today. Yes, that's right. Foodie's on a live right now, and she's raging, so she's not done raging. Who thinks her husband made her lock herself in the bedroom while he had guests over for iftar? Well, I imagine he didn't have anybody over for iftar. Why would he bring guests over to that cramped apartment? But yeah, she's in a mood, though. Definitely in a mood. One moment. Okay, let's continue. So Perfectly Imperfect says she is so delusional, truly. I can't play the clip because she's just being mean and snotty and using bad words. But Alexandra Gonzalez says, ma'am, 90% of YouTube has a better build than you. You know what? This is YouTube. This is not a fashion show. This is not about a bunch of supermodels getting into a room and roasting each other for each other's looks or makeup or hair. You know, like everybody's welcome here. All shapes, sizes, nationalities, sexualities, points of views, opinions, genders. Everybody's welcome here. It's a melting pot of people and what they bring to the table, and us coming together and finding common ground and exchanging ideas and opinions. That's what YouTube is all about. It's only Foodie that thinks that she's something special, and she's really not. And she tries to put herself on a pedestal of, I am more special than everybody. I'm prettier than all of you. I'm smarter than all of you, blah, blah, blah. You know, Foodie, if someone doesn't knock you off your pedestal one day, you're going to fall off. And then you're going to have to come back down to earth with the rest of us mortals and acknowledge that you're human just like the rest of us. All right. So Aisha says, not Foodie Beauty making a whole tea to go sit in an empty room she's pretending Salah is in. Yeah, I heard that happen. Fondue Pondu says, Foodie Beauty, prove it, prove it. You know what that means. Girl World has a bag for Salah's family to give us all the tea of their dislike of Cutie. Yeah, listen, we don't like Salah. We are never going to like Salah. But it is not mandatory for us to like someone in order for us to hear what they have to say and listen to what they have to say. We are interested. We are interested to hear the truth to a whole set of lies. We don't care who it is. We're listening. If Salah wanted to make a lot of money, all he has to do is sit down and make some tea videos, and we will listen and we'll cover it. Yes, we will. We absolutely will. He'll probably make more money off of doing a few videos about Foodie than he has in the entire time that he's been with Foodie. Because you got to know she's a cheapskate, paying him the least. So if he wants to make a lot of money really fast, all he's got to do is talk. You just got to talk, Salah. Stop, smoking a cigarette for a minute and sit down and do some videos, brah. Ash Renee says, leave families out of it. Okay, then address worm food, cutie. Yeah, how about that? Didn't you call FFG's deceased mother worm food? You went low, Foodie. You leave families out of it, but you didn't leave her mother out of it. So turnabout is fair play, isn't it? Hello, YouTube says, I know diabetics aren't supposed to eat sweets, but whatever. This is the exact thinking that will get your big butt in a coffin. So this screenshot here is from the newest mukbang she did, where she ate a whole tray of sweets. Yeah, just the thing you want to do when you got diabetes and you're taking max doses of your diabetic medication. You can't go any higher. And without the medication, your blood sugar is in the 300s, 400s. Yeah, that's the thing you want to do. Ash Renee says, okay, we saw this. Ash Renee says, who cares if I can't afford Canada? Let that keep hitting a nerve. Again, I can't play the clip because she's saying bad words. Sorry. Perfectly Imperfect says, Foodie Beauty, we watch her fail every single day. She has literally failed at everything in life, except chasing Arab men who want nothing from her but her YouTube coin. Name one thing she's accomplished. There's nothing. Yeah, I'm not being mean. But if somebody asked me the question, has Foodie accomplished anything? On the negative front, I would say yes, she has accomplished much. I can think of many things on the negative front that Foodie has accomplished. She's accomplished being the most offensive, the most gross, the most profane, disgusting person on YouTube. She has accomplished that. She can also claim the space, the award for monetizing things that have no business being monetized. Monetizing essay, monetizing DV, coming on camera, zonked out of her head on edibles, just talking about a incident involving a school shooting. There's so many things, all kinds of negative things. She has accomplished on that front. She's accomplished much. On the positive front, nothing at all. Nothing at all. So I guess she's accomplished much, just nothing good. Sandy Quesadilla says, Chantal, it's literally the first day of Ramadan. JFC, have a Lulu and calm down. Yeah, you can only imagine what the clip is saying right here if they're saying that. But we'll get to that, I promise. All right. Linda says, she's doing it, 1, because Salah blocked Enemy from donating, and 2, Salah won't let her order food on his card anymore. So this way she can tell him, see, they're paying for it. I have to eat that food. It's her addiction manipulating the situation to get what she wants. Well, addiction will do that. That addiction voice can get really loud, really, really loud, really persistent. If it wants to be fed, it wants to be fed, and it will think up ways in which to get fed. If one way doesn't work, your mind will start spinning with ways to make another way work. And if that way don't work, you'll find something else. You will explore every avenue, every alley, every roadway, every highway that it takes to make that addiction happy. You'll do whatever you need to do to make the addiction happy. And that's what she's done. If somebody cuts her off from money one way, she'll find another way to get it so she can get what she wants. And that's the power that addiction can have over you. D. Angry Scott says, ooh, a giant expensive AF Pizza Hut mukbang. the day after you beg sicko feedies to pay you so you can video yourself inflicting self-harm with food. I'm sure those two things have nothing to do with each other. Not like a modest Muslim would be making feedie prawn during Ramadan. Yeah, of all times to do this, during Ramadan. She wants us to recognize that she is a Muslim revert. At the same time, she gets on camera. She's committing gluttony. She's cursing at people, gossiping, smoking. All of those things are haram. She wants us to respect her as a Muslim revert. At the same time, she herself shows disrespect to the Muslim people and the Muslim faith. We're supposed to respect her. At the same time, she's being very disrespectful to the very things she says she's a part of. Okay. Punch Cat says, my cat gave birth to only one kitten. Aw, look at the baby. Well, you can be sure that's a one well-fed baby. I bet that baby's going to get all the milk. Look at it. It's already a big one. That kitten's going to be so fat because it's getting all the milk, but mama's happy, so I guess it's okay. Florida Salt and Sass says, Chantal doesn't have a problem with ALR financially and emotionally hurting Beck because she abuses and controls people doing the same things. They can smell their own. Yep, they can smell their own, and they will defend their own. Birds of a feather flock together, and anything opposing is the enemy. The rotten will always hang with the rotten. And ALR and Foodie are both rotten to the core. Yog says, when you move to a new country and a tiny stray kitten chooses you, oh, there's the cat distribution system at work. You've been chosen. You are now the pet parent, the guardian. You are the food giver. You're the one who gives pets and catnip and cat treats. And you play with them. And they bite on you with tiny teeth and claws. But you've been chosen. It is a privilege. It is definitely a privilege. Just accept it. It'll make life a lot easier. How can you say no to that face anyway? I mean, look at it. Come on, look at it. You've been chosen. Just look at it. It's a gift. Accept the gift. Nothing But Love says, Chantal's live from yesterday really ticked me off. I hate when I allow her to get to me. It's been a while since that has happened. I don't know what it was exactly, but if she was in front of me, and then we got the angry kitty emoji, let me at her. I know what you mean, Nothing But Love. Florida Salt and Sass says, this is just nasty. WTH. Someone must have sent her a PayPal for her to eat miscellaneous slop. Halloweenie's Ham Fart Padusi, that name is killing me, says, I may actually vomit. What the heck did she do to this cheese sauce? Fries looking raw. Sauce is a clumpy, disgusting, mechanically separated meat color. Can I just tell y'all something? When I saw this mukbang and I saw those fries, it looked like snot to me. I was nauseous looking at it. I'm like, I got to turn away. That looks gross. That doesn't even look nice. It looks like fry soup mixed with snot. And she ate it like soup. It was so nasty. It was so nasty. And if you guys want to see what listen, Fondue Pondu says, Foodie Beauty. 1,000,000% this was after Mexican the other night. Can't shovel it in fast enough. F the formalities. Give her a trowel. Haram feeder content during Ramadan. So she went out to the Mexican restaurant. And then there's this. And then she's on stream begging for money. Telling people to send stuff through her PayPal. Again, if you got enough money for fast food, and if you got enough money to buy tobacco, shisha for your hookah, if you got money for your habits, you ain't broke. Because when you're broke, you may like your habits, but you can't afford your habits. You got to think about the necessities. If you're over there buying fast food, Foodie, you ain't broke. You're not broke. You're not bologna and cheese sandwich broke. You're not ramen noodle from the dollar store broke. You're not struggle broke. Not yet. Nope. So for that, nobody really should be sending you money. South Dallas Foodie says, get in, losers. We're going to Constantinople. Why? Because Constantinople loves cats. Look, they're all over the place. They love cats in how do you say that word? Constantinople. That's it. They're everywhere. They let them walk everywhere. Cats rule the city. They love animals. And they take care of them. I approve of that. And I appreciate that. Look, they love them so much. Everybody's an animal lover. I must move somewhere. I must make a reservation. We must go. We all need to go there. Perfectly Imperfect says, a truly hurt woman would never say such a thing, never. Tweet T says, my abuse is worse than Beck's, she says. Excuse me? What? See, this is what I'm talking about. This is why I waited till today to do the react, because I knew I was going to blow up at Foodie. Foodie, I would like to illustrate something to you. So please listen. I know for a fact that the abuse you swear happened between you and Natter did not happen. I can say this not because I was in the room with you and Natter, watching it go down, videotaping, taking pictures. I wasn't there. A lot of people in Girlwood, we were not there. But how I know that is by the things you say and by the things you do. Someone who's truly been hurt, even beyond being abused. It's about pain. Everybody understands pain. We all go through pain at some point in our lives, do we not? Sometimes it's not so bad. Sometimes it's really bad. But if you meet someone and they've gone through some kind of pain, especially intense pain, what is the first response that we say, y'all? What is the automatic, sympathetic response that we say in response to finding out somebody's pain? If somebody walks up to you, a friend, a family member, a stranger, and they reveal, I just lost my mom, or I broke my leg, what do we say? We say, I'm sorry you went through that. I'm sorry that happened to you. You express empathy. You understand, everybody understands pain, and we are sympathetic to pain because we know pain hurts. If another person has lost someone, you say, I am sorry for your loss. Because we all understand pain. And we hate to see somebody else in pain. What you don't do, Foodie, is if you've been through some kind of abuse and there's somebody around you, even a stranger, they've been abused, what you don't freaking do is say, my pain is worse than her pain. No. This is not a competition. It's not a competition of my pain is worse than yours, therefore yours doesn't count. You need to shut up over there. Shoo, bye. You don't do that. People that have been through pain, they're not competing with each other. One person's experience is not going to be somebody else's experience, but they will always empathize and sympathize with each other and say, I'm sorry you went through that. I know that was awful. But you are discrediting Beck. You're discrediting Beck for the experiences that they had with Amber. And also trying to turn into a competition of sorts, which is ridiculous. Like, my pain is the only pain that matters. Nobody understands abuse like I do. Stupid. If you had truly been through something You wouldn't talk that way. You wouldn't feel that way. You wouldn't project that nasty, inappropriate attitude. No, ma'am. You're angry because there is someone on YouTube that has gone through actual trauma and they decided to speak out about the things that have happened to them and put it out there so everybody will know. An actual victim, not you, a fake phony victim. You're mad because an actual victim has a real story to tell and they're telling their story their way. You're freaking mad about that because over there on your side of the fence, you've been making up stories. And that's exactly what it is. It's a story, not an actual real life experience, a made up story that you make up as you go along and you keep changing the freaking details. Your fake trauma story versus a real one. You're mad about the attention that people are giving them, the money that they're making, when whatever's going on with them is none of your doggone business. It really isn't. It has nothing to do with you. Yet you have a hatred for an actual victim. And if you were a real victim, you would feel sympathy, not anger. And that's how I know you're fake. You're straight up fake. Always has been, always will be, full stop, end of story. Thank you very much. Let's keep going. What do we got here? Vandu Pandu says, I don't know, Chantal. Why did you tell Swordfish and Peach to quit their jobs and live stream with you and you would cover all the bills? And once they did that, you held money over their heads the same way ALR did Beck. You two are predators of financially disadvantaged or delayed. All of that is true. What Fondue Pondu said, all of it. All of it. When Chantal moved in with Pete's, he had a job. He was working. She kept badgering him to quit his job and join her on YouTube as her co-host. And Pete resisted for the longest until I'm sorry if I'm getting some details here wrong. Either he was laid off or he quit his job because he didn't like his job. And then once that happened, she had full control of Pete's. And he didn't bother to get another job. And then there's Natter. And she just took care of all his stuff and got control of him too. So both ALR and Foodie, what they like to do is they like to find people to get in relationships with or make their companions. They make them financially dependent on them because they want full control. They want that codependency. They don't want someone being independent because somebody independent has a choice to leave and possibly will leave if they're unhappy. They create that codependency because if that person is feeling unhappy, they can't go nowhere. They got to do what they're told. But what Fondue Pondu said, what they said, Tat Von B says, this hits right home. Hey, Chantal, talking about Beck's abuse. The only reason you don't support Beck is that you're an abuser yourself. All your life you have abused animals, people, and yourself. It's a touchy subject for you, right? Yeah, it is. See, abusers don't want to point the finger at other abusers because they're afraid if they do that, then that finger is going to come back around on them. So, of course, let's go after the victims instead. Ray's Dactylion says, Chantal thinking Amber taking Beck's inheritance was justified. Tells me she would have taken Pete's inheritance had they still been living together. Heck, she probably did anyway. Well, he might have already given her part of that money the last time she was in Canada. And I do remember when Chantal lived with Pete, she ruined his credit. There was also talk about she left him in debt once. So yeah, that's entirely possible. And she takes and she takes and she takes and she never gives back. And she's burnt so many bridges around her. She's practically on her own little deserted island. One more bridge burnt and she will be. Let's see. What else we got here? Meandering Thoughts says, from Kiwi Farms, and yes, Chantal is scamming people yet again. And yes, her scamming got better since she got married to that romance scammer. He knows how to do things. It's his job, his business. And I'm sure he expects her to scam people as well. So I guess this comes from the farms. And they say also, I don't know if it's been pointed out, but it's a very common tactic with scammers to insist it be done through friends and family because it makes the money non-refundable and you cannot open a dispute ticket with PayPal over it. So anybody sending money to Chantal via PayPal and friends and family, just know that even if she rips you off, you can't get the money back if you do friends and family. I'm just letting you know. I'm just letting you know. I think we're all done with the catch up. I think we're all done. 1 second. So let's get on with this. And we're going to the live. And as I mentioned earlier, we're not starting at the very beginning. It's kind of boring. So we're going to start at the point where she starts to cook a little bit. She starts to get a bit spicy. I'm not here for the blah, blah, blah. I'm here for the spice. I'm here for the good parts. And I didn't want you guys to wait like an hour and a half before it starts to cook. So we're starting about 35 minutes in. So let's get started with this, shall we? I hope you enjoy.
It seems in balancing health and business. Cheers. Thank you, Radio. Yes, thank you so much for that. I appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you. Much love. Thanks. Yeah, I'm trying. But when it's dark outside, you can pig out. Well, Lisa, you're not supposed to pig out for Ramadan in general, but for Ramadan, it's about being, modest and eating and everything too. So I'm going to try to just have like something, reasonable.
Okay, before we get deep into this, before I forget, before it slips my mind. So a while ago, there was a content creator. Maybe you guys have heard of her. Her name was BBW Veronica. Like a while ago, BBW Veronica came forward and said that she and Foodie Beauty shared a male client. Nobody knew what to make of that information at the time. But she said that she and Foodie Beauty shared a client. Nobody knew who it was. Apparently, it is Anime Sucks. And to add further proof to that claim, one of the things that BBW Veronica has done that is known is her farting on cakes. So what I'm wondering, considering how much we know about Anime Sucks and his fetishes, because he does have a few, he likes really, really big women. But he also has a fart fetish. So if BBW Veronica did a video farting on a cake, could that have been because she was catering to Anime Sucks and that's what he liked? I mean, it would just make sense. If she shared a client with Foodie, and obviously Anime Sucks likes Foodie, is around Foodie, and he's got a fart fetish, and BBW Veronica farted on a cake, could that have been a request from Anime Sucks for her to do that? Like something that he might have been requesting. Because people are talking about it right now in the chat. Turkish Coffee says, Anime, are you still one of the cake farters clients? Where did Veronica go? Because Anime, you know, he likes to find the big ladies to do things for him, and I guess Foodie's his favorite.
Try to find balance. My coworker's Muslim, and I feel bad for her when we have office parties and she can't eat. I try to hide my food. Oh, yeah, it must be hard, eh? That's awesome, Mary. I'm hyperglycemic and you're gonna get it. What anime was one of Veronica's fans? Hey, stylish Irish Trish. People are so generous. Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it. Backflip off the couch, bees. If you want to pay for my coffin, I'll die doing that. If I pay for a meal out, you better read the menu so you understand what it comes with. So you don't rage about rice for 3 hours.
And there's Anime Sucks. Anime Sucks has a few different accounts when it comes to the Foodie Beauty channel. He's got the Anime Sucks Cope and Sneed, and he's got another one called Custom for Nature. In the previous live chat, he even posted in the chat that he made that profile before he got banned and kicked. So he's got a few sock accounts that he's got at the ready for Foodie's chat if Salah blocks and bans him. But he's saying right here, it's not true about Veronica. Liar. It is true. I believe it is true. Like, you got all these freaky fetishes, Anime Sucks. You know, you like the big ladies and you got a fart fetish. And BBW Veronica said that, you know, her and Foodie shared a client, and there she is farting on cakes. And we know you like the farting, so I think it is you, sir.
Did you see my face when they dropped the plate down? I was like, thank you. It's not true. Yes, it is true.
Oh, she's telling on him. Go ahead, Foodie, tell on him. You tell on yourself. Tell on Anime too. We're here for it.
You got an ad for car floor liners? I need those for my friggin' the things I drop on the ground. No backflips. Yeah, Hidden Sapphire. Yeah.
Oh, there we go. A Turkish coffee again, saying not her fan. I heard he was her client. Remember when she claimed you shared a feedie? She meant anime. Oh, yeah.
Yes, thank you. Ramadan Kareem. She claimed you shared a feeder. Share a feeder? I don't have no feeders.
Chantal, can I ask you a question? Like, why are you denying it? Why do you deny what you do when it's so obvious what you do? You make it so obvious. You're not even trying to hide it anymore. Anime Sucks coming in your room when you go out eating food and he's dropping the big super chats. He's making obvious why he's around you. Why are you playing this game with YouTube? Why are you treating your audience and girl world like we're stupid? It's too late. Everybody knows what you do and why. We know that you'll do anything for money, especially when it comes to food. You've got a food addiction that's out of control, has been out of control for years. You don't want to fix it. That's your business. But why play this game? This is so childish, juvenile, and dumb. I don't even have words for it. Everybody knows. Everybody knows. You'll do anything for money. You will farm yourself out for money. And the money's going to go for your addictions, especially the food addiction. Why are we playing this game? Is it because of YouTube? Is it because of YouTube's terms of service and you're afraid of saying it out loud for fear of your channel being taken away? I mean, what is the fear here? Is there a fear? Or is it just some stupid game in your head where you convince yourself you're smarter than all of us because you're not?
I'm not the one tooting on cakes.
No, you just get on camera wearing a diaper and messing all over yourself, all over the place. You did it in Thailand, but walking around your house blowing your butt out. You're catering to fetishes on YouTube and you shouldn't be.
I do eat, but I don't know. I guess that's kind of feeding. Whatever. Who cares then? The value menu. Car liners for your juice case. Ramadan Mubarak, cutie. Thank you, Iona. Oh, thank you. I appreciate ya. Thank you. You should have said, where the F is my rice? Who toots on cake? It's a niche. You got an ad for KFC. Another reason for me to be angry with my husband. He backed out of the driveway yesterday and hit our neighbor's car. Oh my God. What? Oh no. Did he do damage? She's seething. I'm done with the world. Do you have an air fryer in your bedroom? Don't diss that, man. Pete has a rice cooker in his room. Yes, people sell poots in jars. Look at Amaranth. Right, Maya? Sorry. I'm giving up eating pork and swearing for Ramadan and Lent. Good. Nice, Mary. That's awesome. I'm happy. I'm happy for you. Teardrop, your husband sounds like a character. You guys should have a channel, imagine. My bath water. Ew. Imagine. Just joking.
One moment, y'all. Okay, just had to check something out real quick. Let's continue.
Heck no. She's a hater. Yeah. The hard of hearing old fool Nomana said it wasn't the waiter's job to explain the menu. Is she okay? Because that's precisely a waiter's job.
They explain the menu if you ask the questions. Did you ask the question, hey, I'm really interested to see if these things come with sides? Do they come with sides? And then the waiter or waitress would have said yes or no. Did you ask a question? I don't think you did.
Right? Like, hey, Green Grapes. Oh, your washer's broken? Sorry to hear that, Green Grapes. Can you get it fixed? Hey, George. Hey, Tammy. Lush bath bomb water with extra hair fibers.
One moment. I know we keep stopping, but Foodie has her beauty bites. I have my booger breaks. Hi, booger. What are you doing? Come here. Oh, big baby. Big baby. Very big baby. We got a booger break. Look. Big old baby. She loves her mother. You need a scratchy chin. You need a scratchy chin. She loves the scratchies of the chin. Booger break. Because, you know, Queen Booger. What have you got all over you, kid? Where'd you go? What have you been into? Oh, where you going? Ugh. I can't type or do anything when you're curled up like this. She happy. You happy, girl. Big old fat belly. I got a react to do. What am I going to do? What am I going to do? I love you. But I got to let you down. You're ready to get down in with your bite. You're giving me the love bites. All right. Booger break over. Time to go back to the other beast, the unpleasant beast. Let's keep going.
Stella took a 15 white and I added a toe to my right foot. Oh my gosh. Pixie, thank you for the super chat. Actually, Anime Suck should hit up BBW Veronica. Isn't she single and plus size? Yes.
Who are you kidding, Chantal? When it comes to men, you are possessive and jealous and insecure, especially when it comes to a man giving you money. One moment. Sorry about that. My roommates have a dog, and there's an inside pool, and the dog was flipping out because she sees the pool cleaner and she can't get to it. She's being a protective girl. So let's continue. Let us continue. Let's go.
Crazy frog before Sahur. Chantal, does Kuwait have duck donuts? I don't know. I'd have to check Blue Pot. Beezer merch, yeah. I gotta work on that, I know. Real Housewives of Kuwait. The funny thing, he tried to hide it from me. Shall I overheard him talking on the phone telling someone, oh my gosh, he didn't want you to freak out, Teardrop. That's hilarious. Well, I hope he didn't do too much damage. I'm adopting a sloth. You mean like troll the heck out of people, Maya? Hey, Tracy. Look at the super chats. Yes. Oh, not just one more time, Jackie. There will be many times. No damage. Okay, good. But still, tisk. Since there's no damage, you probably just didn't want to like worry you for nothing, you know? He needs to stay in. Sloths are so cute, guys. Amberlynn made Beck give her the... Did she make her... Okay, my question to you with this whole Beck Amberlynn thing, okay?
Okay, here we go. It's about to kick off.
Okay. Apparently, Beck gave Amberlynn $6,000 from her inheritance money. One, why did people just take Beck's word over Amberlynn's on everything when we weren't there in the relationship?
Well, in cases like this, you have to look at the person and the history of who they are and what they've done and how honest they are. Like the nature of the person, the character of a person. What is Amberlynn's nature? She's known for what? She's known for being a liar and a deceiver and abusive and manipulative. She's known for those things. It's not just one person who has reported these things to us. It's been more than a few. Like this has been going all the way back for years. And then we look at Beck. Like, what is her history? What is her character as a person? If you look at each individual person and their history of what they've done, or at least what we've known that they have done, who they are, yeah, people are going to believe Beck over Amberlynn.
How do you know? She said, give me your money, you know?
Because that's who Amberlynn is. She's a taker, just like you, Foodie. She's a taker. She takes. She does not give. She takes.
2, Beck has had pretty much her whole entire life paid by Amberlynn otherwise.
Okay. And why did Amberlynn pay for things? Because Beck was not allowed to get a job. Beck was not allowed to work. Beck had to take care of Amberlynn and function as her caretaker, bather, errand runner, pet sitter, the person who took care of the pets, because Amberlynn didn't do that. Beck did pretty much everything for Amberlynn, and that's exactly what Amberlynn wanted. She wanted someone in her life who would do a variety of jobs and who would receive dirt cheap pay. Amberlynn was not honest and paid that person per job completed. It was about, I want one person to be in a relationship, although it was never a relationship, it was a situationship. And the situation is, I need a bunch of people to do a bunch of different jobs, but I don't want to pay a bunch of different people for a bunch of different jobs. So I'll just con someone into a relationship with me and have them do all these jobs pretty much for free. And Beck did, including things that were outrageous, abusive, controlling, borderline torture. Yeah, Amber did all of that.
So if she comes into money and forks over some of her money, like, why does she get to live for free?
Chantal, she didn't live for free. Excuse me, they didn't live for free. Beck did not live for free. Beck didn't live for free because life was not a bowl of roses with Amber. All the things that Amber having them do, getting the car repaired, the groceries, the errands, the pets, herself, bathing Amber, cleaning out the mats in her hair. I would say that Beck was working 24/7, don't you? Because it was a round-the-clock job doing all those things with no days off. No vacation days, no nothing. So Beck was earning their keep. Absolutely.
Right? You know? That's my view on it. Her full-time caretaker? She wasn't a full-time caretaker. What do you?
Yes, she was. Excuse me. Yes, they were. Yes, they were. When did Beck have a day off from taking care of Amber, the pets, the whole household, everything? When was there a day off? Amber even went so far as to set a timer for Beck. Then Beck wanted to go downstairs and just play some video games. Said you can only go down there for half an hour. No more. When Beck wanted to go see the family, there was a timer on that too. Abusive.
What do you mean?
There we go. Miss Mary Mack says, but they say that ALR made her quit her job to take care of her. Yes, she did. So Beck could have been working, making money. Amber didn't want that. Because again, abusive people, when they choose someone as their target, they don't want that person to have any kind of freedom or any kind of independence, because that threatens their sense of control over that person. They want to isolate the target. They want to make the target codependent on them and whatever money they're making. They want to make it to whoever the person is, whoever the victim is, to have no options of escape, no money to walk out with, no way to move out, no way to go somewhere else. They want to keep you pinned right where you are so they can go on doing whatever it is they're doing to you.
She didn't have to quit her job. And wiped her. Anyway, it's not my business. I don't really care.
You're right. It's not your business, but you're talking about it. You're choosing to talk about it. This is your live stream. You can talk about whatever you want, but you're choosing to opening your lips about it and giving your opinions.
I don't know their dynamic. But
So here you are confessing, I don't know what's going on. I don't know their dynamic. And yet you're forming an opinion over something you don't really know.
yeah. No, I'm hating on Beck. I don't care what you say.
Hating on someone you don't even know, never talked to, you don't know the story, you don't know what they went through. Hating for what? What exactly are you hating on? Are you hating on a real victim? Because all along you've been a fake, phony victim, selling your fake, made up abuse story to YouTube for coin? God forbid a real victim speak up and speak their truth. Can't have that around here on these YouTube streets. That's just improper. Lies only allowed, right? Only your lies are allowed on YouTube, but a real victim coming forward, too much. Outrageous. How dare you, Beck? How dare you come forward and use your voice and speak your truth about what happened to you with Amber? You're interfering in Foodie's spotlight as a fake, phony victim. How could you do that to Foodie? That's just rude. At least that's how Chantal sees it. She's mad at anyone who takes the spotlight off of her, who's making more money than her, getting more attention than her. I think if there is any attention given to anyone, it should be given to real victims, real trauma, not fake, phony, made up for TV and YouTube stories like Foodie's.
She drove her everywhere, did all her cleaning. Anyways, we don't know the thing is, we don't know the whole story. They haven't been in a relationship for years. I think it's time to move on, don't you? That's all I have to say.
The thing is, Chantal, Amber would not shut her mouth about Beck. As maybe I'm wrong in the details, and if I am, y'all get in the comments and give me more information, because I'll be honest, I don't follow Amber that closely. I only know so much. So if you guys want to come forward with more and fill in the blanks for me, I would greatly appreciate it. I will correct information that's wrong if I say it wrong. But as I understand it, what kicked it off is that Amber just kept running her stupid mouth about Beck. She did a members only live where she was going off about Beck. And then Karina Kaboom saw it, talked about it. Beck is a subscriber to Karina Kaboom, heard about it, and then they decided it was time to speak their truth. And is it unusual for someone who's been through extreme trauma or abuse that once they're out of it to work on themselves, get themselves together, be alone for a while, process everything that's happened to them? That's healthy. That if you've been through something that bad, you want to be alone and you want to just let the dust settle and work your way mentally, emotionally through the things that have just happened to you, especially for as long as they happened to Beck. I mean, Beck could have come online immediately after breaking up with Amber and spoken their truth, but they didn't. Like they stayed out of the spotlight for the most part. And I feel that has to do with the whole processing part. Sometimes it takes quite a while to process horrible things that have happened to you. It wanted to work through what had just happened. So again, if somebody's been through trauma, what is wrong with being alone and working your way through it?
Hey, Miss Casada. Why everyone have to tiptoe around Beck? I know. Why come out now? Clout. Does Beck know how to communicate their needs and wants? Apparently not. That's what I'm saying. We don't know the whole dynamic. Like we weren't in there. We weren't there behind the cameras. We don't, you know what I mean? Like,
So if you don't know what's going on, if you don't know the whole dynamic, you don't have all the facts, why are you speaking on it? Why do you feel the need to speak on something you don't understand and you weren't witness to and you don't have the facts, you don't have the information? Why are you speaking on it? Why are you going off about it? Why are you even talking at all about this subject that has nothing to do with you?
yes, Seraphin. I think it's block 13. There is an Arabic South Park. It's friggin' hilarious. You know?
Okay, here we go. Thank you for this comment, Goatsy. Goatsy says, Beck tried to go back to work and Amber refused to let her. Beck was in an abusive relationship. You should understand the manipulation since apparently you were in 1-2 once. Exactly. So if you've been in an abusive relationship, where is the empathy? Where is the sympathy? Where is the common understanding as someone that is allegedly a victim to someone who is a victim? Where is the understanding that should be there? It's missing. Why is it missing? Maybe because one person who says they're a victim really isn't and never was. They were just making up a story for YouTube. And people in the audience who have been real victims were feeling sympathetic and giving up their coin. And that was the motivation all along. Making up a story of abuse to gain sympathy, to get attention for a story arc, to get money from real victims, to trigger real victims to give up their money. You know, it worked on all fronts for Foodie to paint herself the victim. She's so desperate to be a victim in any way she can be. And yet she never was. And you want to know why? Foodie is not a victim. She's a person who makes other people into victims. She's a predator. Yeah, I said it. I'll say it again. She's a predator. She preys on people. But as long as she paints this picture of I'm a victim, as long as her beezers believe that, they won't ever consider the other side, that she's a wolf in sheep's clothing. She's disguising who and what she really is. Put on the victim disguise, and that disguise is the predator underneath. As long as nobody recognizes she's a predator, they're just not going to see it. They're not looking into her cunning, manipulative, lying, hurtful ways. They're not seeing the real her because they don't want to see it. The Beezers do not want to recognize how awful of a person she is because on the surface, they like her. They don't want to look beneath the surface. They don't want to recognize what's underneath the skin. They don't want to see the soul of her. Because if they did, they wouldn't like what they saw. They wouldn't agree with it.
The dynamic, I don't know, Blue Pot. Like, honestly, if I was living with him as roommates and he didn't have a job, yeah, I would expect him to contribute with money he got, of course. My abuse was not the same as that one, okay? So, why are you even
did you guys catch that? No, we're going to go back. We're going to go back. I want to hear that again. Everybody lean in and listen to what she's about to say.
The dynamic, I don't know, Blue Pot. Like, honestly, If I was living with him
Not this part, the next part after this.
as roommates and he didn't have a job, yeah, I would expect him to contribute with money he got, of course. My abuse was not the same as that one, okay? So
Once again, Foodie, abuse and pain, it's not a competition. This is not the abuse Olympics, where like my pain is greater than your pain, and therefore I get first place. I get a ribbon around my neck. I get an award. Pain is pain. And maybe if there's somebody out there that has gone through more pain than you, it doesn't mean one person's pain cancels out another person's pain. Both matter. Pain matters. All victims matter. No matter what they've been through, no matter what kind of hurt or abuse they've endured, they matter. And their stories matter. Their truth matters. They have a right to use their voice. They have a right to talk about what happened to them, to speak out, no matter where they choose to do it. It don't matter if it's YouTube, a newspaper, a magazine, a Reddit post. It don't matter. They have a right to talk. They have a right to say things. You got on YouTube long ago talking about what happened with you and Natter. You were using your voice, right? Night after night you did, for hours, talking about what allegedly happened to you. Talking to complete strangers about these alleged experiences. And you did it with no visceral reaction. Nothing. Foodie. That's how I know you're fake. Because a real victim, when something traumatic happens to them, they can't get on YouTube and turn on a camera and talk about their abuse with complete strangers with no problem. Because if you've really been through something traumatic, if you start thinking about that thing and remembering that thing, it's like a movie playing in your mind. You're reliving it. And if it was horrible, you're feeling the pain. You're feeling the suffering attached to that memory. And you're going to have that visceral outside reaction. That's what was missing when you were coming online telling your fake, phony ass story, saying stuff for hours. You're fake. You know you're fake. You've always been a fake in every way. You're fake inside and out. You're phony. There's nothing real about you. You get on YouTube using a fake name, using a fake persona, telling a fake story about who you are and how you live, and everything's so happy when it's not. You're not being real. You're not real. You use filters to disguise what you really look like, with a fake phony husband standing next to you because he's part of your storyline. When people watch you, it's all fake. There's nothing real here. Nothing real at all. So God forbid somebody get on YouTube and tell their truth. Whereas you're all about lies. Your whole world, everything who you are is a lie. Is an absolute lie. And liars always hate those who tell the truth. Just something they can't stand. It's their kryptonite. Maybe that's why you hate back.
Oh, why are you even comparing? Like, it's so stupid. Kentucky Fried Sharks. Hey, Joe Wrestling.
Oh, Fufu Egg coming in hot. Fufu Egg said, you didn't take the money Pete's got from YouTube. Yes, she did. Oh, yes, she did.
I think it's after breakfast time, Mary, after sahur. Pete didn't make a lot of money from YouTube.
Yeah, but you took what he did make.
He paid his Swedish berries. You know? I don't know, Windhammer. Juice! She's sleeping in her carrier. She loves...
Internet Kid says, Blue Pot, right? Most victims support other victims. True. But she's not. Isn't that weird? Isn't that very strange? And a supposed victim not supporting another victim? They're on the side of the abuser? Maybe something to that.
Sleeping in there. You've been craving some frog legs? Yeah, YouTube lover. I don't know. Hey, Jessica. Yeah. No, I don't think so, Blue Pot. I'm sorry, but having to wipe someone's ass when you're not forced to versus getting cigarettes flicked out on you and getting punched out.
Stop right there. Okay, we're putting red light. We're doing a red light moment. Chantal, as far as what Natter allegedly did to you, you told conflicting stories. You kept changing the story. First, you said he flicked a cigarette at you. Now you're saying he put a cigarette out on you, although there's no visible scar anywhere to be seen. I would think something like that would leave some sort of a scar. Now you're saying he punched you out. Really? Because I remember during Crackhead Olympics, you were online all the time, between 8 to 10 hours a day, every day without fail. I was there, and so were a lot of other people. You're very fair-skinned. You bruise easy. If Natter had punched you out, guaranteed you would have had one heck of a shiner on your face that not even the best makeup could hide. Never saw a bruise on your face. Most people who are abusers, they don't want to hit your face. They don't want something out in the open that can't be hidden. They might, bruise your arms and your legs and whatever else because that can be covered up. But something on the face cannot be hidden so easily. They don't want questions. They don't want people raising their eyebrows when they look at you. So they avoid hitting the face if they can. Natter never punched you. Why are you telling that lie to your beezers? The only bruises I saw you wear during that time was the bruises on your chest and some on your arms, and you came home showing them off to everybody. You weren't ashamed. You weren't in pain. You were happy to show those bruises off. I got this because we were having rough sex, you said. So it was consensual. The rough play was consensual. But truly, that's the only bruises I've seen you have on your body was from consensual play. Never did I see a bruise on your face from being punched out. Never. Never. So you can stop with the lies, madam. You are straight up lying to your beezers. Lying. You're lying on Natter. And I don't like Natter, y'all. I don't. But right is right and wrong is wrong. And what she's saying right now is wrong. He never punched her in the face, not once. She also said before, he hit me so hard, I saw stars. Again, that alludes to him giving her a black eye. Where was the black eye? Why didn't I see it? It would have been easy to spot. I never saw anything. And she was on live every day, 10 to 12 hours a day without fail. Never saw a doggone thing like that. Liar. You big old liar. Why you lying like that?
Is a little fucking different, okay? So how about you shut it? And honestly, all of...
Oh, shut up, Chantal. Shut up. Goatsy goes on to say, Amber and Beck had joint accounts that Beck's inheritance was deposited into. Amber was making over $15,000 a month during that time and still kept that money. She kept Beck from seeing their dying mom as well. Amber sucks. Amber really sucks.
This is none of our business. Like, what they did with their money. She's coming out 3 years after her relationship ended and making 500 videos.
And even if she weren't with Amber, even if she had, even if they had not been through anything with Amber, anybody can get on YouTube and make a YouTube channel and make 5 million videos. So what? So what? You get on YouTube making videos and doing lives, right? Because you can. So why can't Beck? Why can't Beck do what they want to do on their own channel? Why are you so bothered? Shut up.
Like, you know, we don't know for sure. You guys just take Beck's word. You don't know anything about their financial dynamic, etc. You know, so whatever. That's totally not my business. I don't give a shit. You're not gonna change my mind about Beck at all. I don't give a shit about Beck. I don't care. Yeah, he did, and I've said that in many videos that he was physically abusive.
And you lied. And you lied. You lied. I know you lied. You lied, Chantal. I don't deny you when you say that Natter might have been verbally abusive. I can see that. But let's also acknowledge how you yourself have said that you're also verbally abusive. So do I think the two of you got into some pretty nasty arguments where a lot of words were said, not nice words? I think that happened. I think that happened more than once. I think it happened quite frequently because the two of you are oil and water. You both have dominant, egotistical personalities that clashed. You both wanted control of each other and you fought for control. I'm sure that happened too. But I don't think he put his hands on you. I really don't. You were never afraid of Natter. Never. I mean, I watched you during all those lives. I watched. I'm an observant person. I watched. I never saw fear in your eyes around Natter. Your body language never suggested that you were ever afraid of him. As a matter of fact, I remember that live stream you did where you went over to his house and you got in his face, screaming in his face, saying you wanted your CPAP. Now, I ask the question of you and anyone in my audience or even any beezers coming onto my channel who might be checking me out. Honest question. If a person is being abused by another person and something, or maybe a few things happen that are physical, that would elicit the emotion of fear, would a person who's been hurt like that want to get in another person's face if things had escalated to that point at least once before? No, you would avoid that. If you are around someone who is abusive or has gotten physical with you, whatever happened before, you don't want to happen again. You will avoid conflict. You won't get in their face. You won't scream. You won't taunt them, calling them names. I never saw fear in Chantal around Natter. She was sneaking off to go see him in hotel and motel rooms. Even after the allegation, she got caught several times doing that. So he was so horrible and he was so abusive, and yet she felt comfortable enough to go sneak off to hotel and motel rooms and spend time with this man in an enclosed space alone with no protection with someone that she claims was just that abusive, that had the black-eyed rage, that he hurt her, that he hit her so hard that she saw stars. Now she's saying that he punched her out, but yet she kept sneaking off to go see him. Every single time she wanted to go see Natter, she had to go from her house to his. She had her own place, her own car, her own money. She could have easily cut him off if things went sour. She could have just snapped her fingers, he's out of the picture, and yet she kept going back and forth. She wasn't living with him. She could have stopped it all. When he moved to Montreal, she followed him there. So if you're being abused by somebody, why are you following them to Montreal? Why? Like there's things that you did that don't make sense to me if you're supposed to be a real victim. And let me add another piece to the puzzle, ladies and gentlemen, while we're here, because when she said this, the light bulb in my head went off. She's a storyteller. Is she not? She does. She tells stories. She makes stuff up. Listen, Chantal let it out of the bag once that she either volunteered or she worked at a battered women's shelter. So I'm sure that when she was at the battered women's shelter, I'm absolutely 1,000,000% positive that while she was there, either she talked to the ladies there or she overheard them tell their stories about what they'd been through. And that might have given her the inspiration for doing the whole arc on YouTube in the first freaking place. She borrows off of other people's stories and experiences. It's not about her own experience. It's about borrowing other people's pain and trauma and turning that into coin. And because it's a made-up story, there's lots of things missing that if she were a real victim would be there. Like the fear, like the visceral reaction when talking about the alleged experience. And she wouldn't be able to get online and talk to hundreds of people about said experience. You can't do that if you're a real victim. You can't. It's hard enough talking to just one person about it. You can't go online and talk to hundreds of people. No, ma'am. No, sir. You're a fake and a phony, Chantal. And I'm saying that as a real victim and survivor. So go screw yourself.
And you guys have seen proof of that. He is a physically abusive person. So, because you fucking brought it up, Blue Pot. Somebody brought it up. Yes, if you call having to wipe someone's ass abuse versus having cigarettes burn out on you.
There you go again. You're doing the competition thing. Oh, this is more severe than this. And I don't consider this to be abuse, but this is. They're both abusive. Putting on a cigarette on somebody is abusive, but so is somebody being told to wipe somebody else's butt when that person has the power to wipe their own butt. And they know they have the power to wipe their own butt. They're just being a complete, utter bitch, making somebody else do it. They're doing it to be manipulative, to be cruel, to be abusive. I mean, who thinks like that? Who thinks that way? I can wipe my own butt, but just to be a jerk, to be an abusive jerk, I'm going to make somebody wipe my butt for me. I know it's disgusting. I know it's nasty. I know it's distasteful, but I don't care. This person's supposed to be my partner, but just to be manipulative and evil, I'm going to have them wipe my butt. It is abusive.
That is worse. Yeah. One had a job and the other didn't. Whatever. Who cares? So why would, like, how is she abusive?
Again, birds of a feather flock together. Chantal's an abusive biatch. So, of course, she's going to stick up for another abusive biatch. Because if she points a finger at Amber, then guess what? There's going to be like 3 fingers pointing back at her.
Whatever. You guys just have a hate boner for Amberlynn. And I don't even watch her content anymore. I don't care.
But you're talking about it. You're attaching yourself to something that has nothing to do with you because you need something to talk about on your live streams because you don't come on your live stream already prepared with things you want to talk about. That's your fault for being lazy with your content and not providing entertaining content. You'll latch yourself on to anything and try to make yourself important.
But like, I find this all to just be like far-fetched and to get clout. That's it. And that's my opinion. I know, Aurora. Like, yeah, it is Aurora. The hate for her is disgusting.
Yeah, here we Goatsy coming in hot again, saying setting timers for the amount of time Beck was allowed to see their family and hang out with friends. Yeah, that's abusive. That is abusive.
You're an M, baby?
As controlling, too.
Setting a timer. Where's your proof that happened? Where's your proof that she set a timer? Please. So stupid. Yeah. Yes, exactly. People hate Amber, so they believe Beck. That's how it goes. It's a popular.
Well, isn't it something that Beck isn't the only one talking? Yeah, I've heard about how Beck is getting together with Destiny and I believe another person. They're all going to talk. They're all going to talk.
Popularity contest. Jordy's insane. He is. He's gross. Zooming in on her fridge to see her legs. Like, fuck off. You know? Well, Snowflake, there's proof that he's an abusive person. So that helps. Have you watched Sam's Bar Lounge video?
Tell me something, Chantal. Why would you, someone who's supposed to be a real victim, why would you still bring up Sam's Bar Lounge, which is a YouTube channel that shows videos of Natter and Dee Dee, and it looks like there's abuse going on? Why would you talk about that? Why would you bring that up? To back yourself up? So are you talking about Sam's Bar Lounge because you want people to go to Sam's Bar Lounge? Because the rumor around the water cooler is that you are behind Sam's Bar Lounge. And considering how much you still talk about it, I'm starting to believe that. Because why would you promote something that has nothing to do with you? Nothing at all. First, you tried to insinuate that what was going on Sam's Bar Lounge was you and Natter, and it's not. It's Natter and Dee Dee. You weren't in the picture in any of those videos. None of them. None of them. Like what happened between Natter and Dee Dee is between them. Had nothing to do with you. You and Natter, you had your dynamic, but you weren't in those videos. You can't use videos of two other people to say, oh, this happened to me too. You see. No, it didn't happen to you. There's nothing on there of you being hurt by Natter that way. Not a doggone thing. Proves nothing.
Videos. Exactly. Abuse.
And another thing, Miss I'm a Real Victim. I remember when you did a live stream and you wanted to show one of those videos on your live stream to your viewers, and you were gloating about the hurt that Dee Dee might have been receiving from Natter. You wanted her to get hurt. What kind of a real victim has that attitude?
Isn't just physical, but comparing somebody being physically abused to having to wipe someone's ass and be their caretaker.
She's doing the abuse Olympics again, and I do not like it. All victims matter. All pain matters. All trauma matters. Hurt is hurt. It's ridiculous to say, my hurt's greater than your hurt, therefore your hurt doesn't matter. That's stupid.
That's insane. I don't know. Also, I talked about this shit as it was happening.
And if you were a real victim, you wouldn't have been able to do that, bitch. You would have been able to do that. You would have been able to do that because you can't do that. You cannot get online and talk to strangers about these things. No. You know what you did. You know why you did it. It's about attention and money and sympathy, and everybody feels sorry for me. And at the same time you feel sorry for me, give me your money. And exploiting DV and SA for money was something you did more than once. It was so profitable, you couldn't leave it alone. It was bad enough that you brought it to your YouTube channel one time, triggering everybody on your channel, off your channel, the reactors, the girl world. It was everywhere. Everybody was getting mega triggered. And then you did it multiple times. You wouldn't shut your mouth. You just didn't care. You monetizing stuff you had no business monetizing. You shameful creature.
I would come on live, freak out about it. And maybe once in a while make a joke about those idiots. I don't do content on them for clout and money, okay?
But you still talk about them. And that's another thing. And another thing. He hurt you so bad. He was so awful to you, but you still talk about him. Real victims don't want to think about nor talk about the person or people who hurt them. You don't want to remember. You don't want to put it in the front of your mind. You want to put it in the back of your mind and try to forget and move on. Idiot. You don't want to think about it. You don't want to talk about it. When someone has hurt you, you want to get as far away from that abusive person as you possibly can get, whether it's putting them out of your head. You don't go to places where they go or where you used to go with them. You change your phone number. You change your address. You'll move to another state if you have to. You put distance between yourself and that person or those people as fast as you can, as much as you can, just so you can start over. And yet you freely talk about Natter. No visceral reaction, no upset, no crying. Oh my God, you guys don't understand. It was so awful. I'm just thinking about it right now and I'm getting so upset. None of that. Your fake abuse is just another talking point to try to paint yourself the victim when you never were. You never were. You are a predator that makes other people into victims. of which there have been many. There's not a single person or even an animal that has gotten around you that has walked away unscathed. You hurt everybody. You hurt everything. If it's got a heartbeat, you hurt it. You cause pain to it. You torture it. You neglect it. You abuse it. You use it. That's what you do. And you wonder why you have trouble finding people or even animals to be around you, because they can pick up your nasty, abusive energy. They know what you are. They can feel it, and they want to stay away because they don't want to be near that. Nobody wants to be near that. That's why you've had to resort to paying people to be around you and practically forcing animals to be around you, because you ain't got no good energy at all. It's horrible.
Okay. You don't have, there's not one video on my channel making money off of that loser.
But there used to be. And Chantal, I know you're not going to like hearing this, and I don't care. I live to piss you off, but it's the truth. Listen, did you spend a lot of money on Natter, totaling into the several thousand? Yes, you did. You did. You paid his rent. You paid his phone bill. You paid for all the food that he ate and that he used in his cooking videos. You paid for trips out to nice hotels. You paid for the iPad, his clothes, everything he needed. You paid for it. But you also made money because of Natter. You used him to make money. You made him part of your channel, your story arc. He was like one of the main lead characters. So all the money that you spent on Natter, you made that back. You know you made it back by using him. And this whole crazy, dramatic, chaotic, evil arc, you made money off of Natter. You used him and the drama between the two of you to make money. He used me so bad, well, you used him too. I don't like him, but right is right and wrong is wrong. You used each other for different reasons to get the same result. You both wanted money in your pocket, so you came together and you created this whole crazy arc. But all this talk about he used me, you used him too. Crackhead Olympics was a low point for you, but also a high point. It was a low point as far as who you were and your behavior, because you were out of control, but it was also a high point financially, because that's where you made the most money. You haven't seen that kind of money since then. And you probably never will again, unless you go back home and you go bananas. You might make it, might. Don't know that for sure, but Crackhead Olympics, you were making so much money, you didn't know what to do with it. It was wild. And your money's been dipping ever since. You went from Crackhead Olympics, where you had so much money to burn, you paid somebody $500 just to break down boxes in your house. And now where are we? We are going to our subscribers saying, send me money on PayPal for fan sponsorships. Send me money for food so I can eat, and then I can turn that into paid content. That's where we are. That's how far down you are. That you're literally e-begging and you're trying to be subtle about it, but you're not so subtle. Imagine having all that money, spending thousands a month, and now you're begging for money. Insane.
If I was like, because I don't want to think about him, I don't want to talk about it.
But you are. You're doing it right now, dummy.
So why, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. It doesn't matter. The Sam's Bar Lounge videos, if it happened to Dee Dee, it's pretty much exactly everything I said happened to me.
Well, we know how you are with things that happen to you, you lie. Rule number 1, Chantal lies. You lie. You are a liar. Just because you say something happened to you doesn't mean it actually did happen. Like right in this live stream, I got punched out. Where was the black eye? I didn't see it. I would have seen it. I didn't see it. I saw no evidence of that. None, ever. I would have noticed that. That would have been very noticeable. So where was the bruise on your face? There would have been a bruise. There was no bruise. Chantal, I've been punched in the eye. And you can see the bruise, and it lasts for about a week. I didn't see a bruise on your face ever.
Physical abuse is worse than wiping someone's ass. 100%.
No, it ain't.
100%.
They're both bad. Let's just put it out there. They're both bad. They are both bad.
It is worse. Being physically abused over wiping someone's ass is 100% worse.
But there was more going on than just the wiping of the butt. Amber was doing other abusive things, Chantal, like the choosy game. Doing the choosy game with Beck. Doing the thing of like, Amber liked ASMR. So she had Beck pick lint off of her sweater because she liked the feel of it. That's abusive. You sit there and pick lint off me for an hour or 45 minutes because I like the feel of it. If I want that kind of ASMR, all I got to do is just go to YouTube and look up a doggone video and feel better. No, I'm going to put my partner / caretaker / errand runner / pet sitter and pet carer, someone who does all kinds of things for me and all the cleaning. I'm going to make them sit down for an hour, and I'm going to set a timer for that just to make sure that I get enough time. Sit there and pick lint off my sweater. Are you kidding me? That's ridiculous. Abusive behavior.
100% worse. Yeah, it is.
Here we go. Dawn says, it's crazy to say to anyone in any type of abusive relationship that they have no right to feel abused because your abuse was worse. Victims heal in different ways too, and at their own pace. Thank you for saying that, Dawn. And you're right. Like that, nobody can see inside the heart, the mind, or the soul of a victim to see how much damage is there, how deep it goes, and judge how long it takes for them to heal. We all heal at different times and in different ways. Some of us don't heal. The scars sometimes remain. But I'm telling you, she's a fake, phony victim, so she don't get that.
So, yeah, I know, BB. I'm not getting upset. I don't care. I don't care if they don't believe me either. I don't care.
I don't believe you, liar.
And I don't care if they don't like me because I don't like Beck. I think she's a fucking clout chaser, and she's boring as hell and has the personality of a wet sponge. Deal with it. Like, I don't care. Stay mad, babies. Ugh. Hi, baby. Oh, baby. Yeah, right, Missy Man. I would take physical abuse over mental. You don't think that?
Okay, this here. Long story short says you cannot compare the two, and I don't think it's just wiping someone. You are stuck on that one thing, but may miss other abuse. Being the victim of a narcissist can be as traumatizing. True.
Mental abuse comes with physical abuse? All right, sure. Yeah. I don't care if she gets 5 times my views. I don't give a shit.
Yes, she does care. And I know that it bothers her. Chantal is a pocket watcher. She watches everybody's views. Anybody that their channel's growing, their sub number goes up, they're obviously making more money. She's mad at it. She's real mad.
Like, what's your point? And I didn't just undergo physical abuse.
I'm going to ask a question. Since you were around Natter, Foodie, since you are an abusive person, what was your part in all of it? What did you do? Because I'm pretty sure that, you know, him being the kind of person that he is, you know, you're not like a submissive, meek person. If he was going off, if he did have the black-eyed rage, if he was yelling at you, what were you doing? Were you just standing there, not saying anything? I seriously doubt that was the case. I mean, as they say, there are three sides to every story. There's the left, there's the right, and then there's the middle. And the middle is usually where the truth is. So you make it your business to tell your side. And you don't want the other side to say their side, to give the opposing side or the other half. You want to control the narrative. You talk about what he did to you, but what were you doing? Like, how were you acting? You don't want to discuss that part. You don't want people to remember how you were acting. You were acting crazy, straight up crazy. You were obsessive. You were possessive. You were jealous. You were insecure. You know, you're blowing up his phone with like multiple messages and voicemails, getting jealous and insecure if he didn't want to spend time around you, driving over to his house, attempting a B&E where you're checking the door and in the windows and seeing if the lights were on, doing drive-bys, threatening the cops, going to the cops because he didn't want you over there anymore and Didi was there. And you weren't an abusive person? You weren't, not at all. You were innocent in all of it. You had no part to play in what happened, none at all.
I don't know, custom fur. You know? Yeah, I know, Stinky. I have no idea.
Mitz K. Kismet says mental and emotional abuse can be equally as bad as physical abuse. It's not a competition. My abuse was worse than yours. Yeah, her saying that, she's talking from her narcissistic brain. That's the narcissist in her talking. Talking about a real victim of trauma. Well, my abuse was worse than yours. And because it was, yours is invalidated. It doesn't matter. You should just shut up and be quiet. She doesn't want a real victim of trauma to be validated. She wants to be validated. And she wants to be validated by a lie. Because everything she said about Natter was a lie. Did they get into it verbally? Yeah. Like I said, I believe that part. We saw that on camera more than once. Oh, they would get into some arguments. Big time arguments. But do I think he put his hands on her? No. Nope. Oh, no. Nope. Don't believe that.
Yes, if you don't like it, don't watch. Exactly. I don't have to give empathy. No, I don't know any of the details of their relationship. Whatever. I don't care. I'm not talking about them anymore.
Then you should shut up in the first place. Don't bring it up.
Foodie gets at least 5,000 views for just eating a hot dog, then a dozen reaction channels cover it. I know. Custom furniture.
Oh, Annabelle says Amber admitted that she took Beck's money, so that's that. Yeah. She admitted it, but notice when she admitted it. She didn't come forward on her own and say, I got something to confess to my viewers. I did something really awful and I took Beck's money when I shouldn't have. She only admitted it because Beck came forward and talked about it and put it out there. Amber would never have admitted that she did it had Beck not spoken up and used their voice.
I'll say what I want. I'll say my opinion if I want, and if you don't like it, if you don't think anything happened to me, I don't care. I don't know Anna G yet. I'm not sure. I think she should be given some money if she's paying all the bills. Whether she's...
No, I don't agree with you. I would agree with you, Chantal, if Beck had been in the house and doing absolutely nothing. But Beck was earning their keep with all the jobs that they were doing for Amber. The laundry, the cooking, the cleaning, the bathing, the washing of the hair, the pet care, the pet sitting, running errands, getting groceries. All that. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So no, Amber should not have touched that money.
Having someone take care of her or not. You know, like if she's helping someone take care of her. I don't know. That's my opinion. Yes, exactly, custom fur. I don't know, Miss Mary Mac. I don't know. No, I don't want to talk about him at all. Like, I don't.
Why not? You talk to him off camera. You're still talking to Natter. Chantal, you're still talking to him. You're still sending him money. And we all know it too. Natter will forever be the one that you truly wanted. And you settled for Salah because you couldn't get Natter. Salah was a get back. You are getting back at Natter by being with Salah. But you always wanted Natter. You still want him. You just can't get to him right now. You can't get to him. But that's the one you truly wanted. If for no other reason, because you couldn't get him. Your narcissistic ego still can't get over it. The fact that you did not get something or someone that you wanted. Your ego demands that you at some point be with Natter. I don't know if it'll ever happen, but it still wants what it can't have.
No. What do you do? Come see the people. Yeah. I don't think so, Cream Egg. Exactly, right back at you. Gosh. Thanks for all this money. Don't let these people get to you. We all have our opinions. They just want to trigger you. Oh, they don't. That's my opinion. I'm not going to change it. Like, whatever. Do you think she wears the wig? Maybe. I know, Mary, yeah. Oh, nice, Krista. When's your birthday? Anyone with a different opinion gets in trouble, just like me. If I have an opinion that goes against you guys, the mob mentality. Hey, Becca. Anti-Amber Lynn mentality. You know? Do you think he still has your clothes? I think they have some soda. I don't know. He's living in karma. Yep. Maya. It's getting old. Are you my ally?
Rosie Cheek says, anyways, you blame us for things we don't do. We're just having a discussion and you treat us like we're reaction channels. Beezers, haven't you figured it out by now? Chantal does not believe in discussions where it's a sharing of thoughts, feelings, and opinions, and she's open to hearing other people's opinions and learning from other people's opinions. She's all about, it's her opinion, and anything opposing, you're a hater. That's how she operates.
Oh, hi! Wait, come see the people. Come see. Oh,
that poor cat. I feel so bad for her. And brush your cat, Chantal. She looks matted.
baby. Hi, baby. You love mom? You love mom?
She hates you.
Oh, you're so abused. You love mom and you're so
No, she don't love you. She don't love you at all.
abused. You love mom?
Like, she loves you so much, but the moment you loosen up your grip on her, she wants to get away. And you guys saw earlier what Booger did to me. She hopped on up here and she curled up in my arms like a baby because she is my baby. But this happens a lot with her and me. Like, I'm her mom and she's my baby. But I let her decide when she wants to be held. But look, Chantal's got a death grip on poor Julia. Put her down. She don't like you. Jerk.
What do you do with mom? Hey, keeper of the homestead. Custom fur nature. Imagine a king with those two queens. Which queens? What? What are you talking about? I'm smoking, yeah. Shisha. I've been smoking the whole time, stinky person. Kit Kat. His teeth scare you. Are you a queen? No, you're a princess and you eat chocolate. Skinny and I'm not big enough to be considered a BBW. What's your astronomical sign? Paper's awful. Let me see, you should eat. Feeder confirmed.
And she thinks it's funny. She thinks it's funny to cater to a Foodie. I'm telling you, Foodie's getting more bold. And the feeling that I'm getting from her with her live streams anymore is like she's just getting the attitude of, it's out there in the open what I'm doing. And Anime's out in the open with what he's doing. So screw it. Everybody knows. So let's just roll with it. Like, what's YouTube going to do? I don't know. What is YouTube going to do? What are you going to do, YouTube? Do your job.
Is anyone in the chat 500 pounds?
No, not me.
Jackie, right? Yeah, the summer is rough, Miss Casada. I'm 470 something. My sugar foot. Aurora, I can get to 500 with the right care. Stylish? No, their name is Custom Fur. They're trying to steal your fanboy, dude. Regurgitation, ew. Like mama, like daughter Erin. She's so naughty. That's just gross. No, I didn't give her people food today. I just gave her normal food. But you stink, your fat farts. It's the cat. Your cat eats off my food. My cat eats off my plate. She's naughty. It's bread tubes.
You know what? I'm really sorry about the sound of that stupid shisha pipe, y'all. I hate that thing. And I'm sure she smokes it on purpose on live stream because she knows everybody hates it. It gets on everybody else's nerves. And I'm sure Enemy loves it because it sounds like a fart.
Yeah, they are sex. It's not going to Salah. What do female cops sit on?
You know, she's being boring. Hurry up and be interesting, Chantal. I ain't got all night.
No, I don't want to move apartments. My favorite lolcow? Me.
Okay, does she get mad anymore? I'm here for the mad. I'm not here for this blah, 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 blah. Jump scare. Sorry. Hurry up, Chantal. I'm done with this crap.
Yes, you bite mom. Come see mom. Anyways. Zaboomafoo, I remember that. Zabu.
I think that was it. I think that was the majority of the rage. I think that was it. That's okay. I'm okay with that. If I've missed anything, maybe I have missed some stuff, but I don't want a 4-hour react. I got so much other stuff to do. But I hope you guys have enjoyed this react. If you have, please like and subscribe and leave a comment. Thank you so much for being here, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Until then, take care of yourselves and each other. Bye.